Hey there, Chris McCarthy here with Brand Identified, and today I'm going to walk you through an AI business integration strategy to help you design, develop your brand guidelines. So you're going to be able to use this 6-step framework to create a complete, easy-to-use brand guidelines document that ensures visual and verbal consistency across every channel. So this is what we're going to go ahead and cover today. So first off, we're going to go through that 6-step AI-powered framework. Then I'm going to help you answer and define the 10 questions that you must answer to define your AI strategy. Then I'm going to show you how to accelerate that strategy using the custom GPT BrandOptimizer.ai. Then I'm going to walk you through a 6-step AI prompt sequence to customize your framework and your strategy for your business, also using that Brand Optimizer custom GPT. And then I'm going to show you how to install Brand Growth AIOS system into your business. So let's jump in and get started. So step number 1 here of this AI-powered framework is to define. Start by answering these 10 brand system questions. These answers will help you organize, structure, and document a set of clear rules and examples so that anyone working on your brand knows exactly how to execute on them consistently. So question number 1 is, do you currently have a brand guide or any partial guidelines? Understanding what exists and what is missing helps us to build on your foundation or start fresh where it's needed. Question number 2 is, what visual assets should be included in this guide? Things like logos, submarks, color codes, typography, and spacing, and more are all critical elements to standardize. Question number 3 here is, what brand voice or tone rules should we include? Guidelines on your brand's personality, word choices, and language usage keeps messaging consistent across all consumer touchpoints. Question number 4, are there specific design use cases that we should account for? So whether for websites, social media, presentations, or internal documents, different applications need tailored rules. Question number 5 is, who will be using this guide most often? Knowing the primary users like internal teams, freelancers, or partners helps tailor the document's detail and the accessibility. Question number 6 is, do you have existing rules for logo usage, spacing, or sizing? Standardizing logo treatment preserves misuse and preserves brand integrity. Question number 7, should this document include messaging frameworks or brand positioning info? Including tagline, key messaging, mission, or elevator pitches can align communication alongside of your visual identity design. Question number 8 is, do you want digital file organization or asset links included? Centralizing access to brand asset tools like Dropbox or Google Drive or Notion improves its efficiency. Question number 9 is, are there any compliance, legal, or trademark elements that should be documented? Documenting the legal requirements or usage restrictions protects your brand and limits the misuse of it. And then finally, question number 10 is, what challenges do you face now with keeping your brand consistent? Knowing where things break down helps us to build a guide that solves your biggest pain points. So step number 2 in this framework is to clarify. Collect every brand asset, every rule, and every reference into one place. Before building your guide, we need a central folder or a hub where everything lives, even if it's incomplete or outdated. This creates the foundation for sorting, refining, and documenting. So compile all existing logos, fonts, colors, message documents, and design assets. Identify where current rules are stored, so for example, in Google Docs, PDFs, or in internal decks, and review what's missing, like logo spacing rules, font sizing, or brand personality notes. So for this step and then all the other steps within this framework, I've given you an AI prompt to help you out. Now, more specifically, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt. So BrandOptimizer.ai is a custom GPT that's built off of the knowledge base over at Brand Identified. This is something that I've built out over 25 years working with hundreds of clients. So I want to make sure that you're adding this prompt and all upcoming prompts into BrandOptimizer.ai, just not regular ChatGPT. So for example, this prompt here is, we are a, so you're going to input your business type there, that serves and input your target audience. And then based on these 10 answers, help us create a checklist of every brand asset and a rule that we should gather before building our guidelines document. So you're going to take this prompt, you're going to take those 10 answers, you're going to take the answers to those 10, or you're going to take those 10 questions, then you're going to take the answers to those 10 questions, and you're going to add them over into BrandOptimizer.ai. So just visit BrandOptimizer.ai, click on Launch the Custom GPT. That's going to open up ChatGPT, but only into the Brand Optimizer interface. And this is the only one that has access to that brand identified knowledge base. So you're going to want to make sure that you're inputting all these prompts into here so it has access to that knowledge base, and it's going to give you the results that you need for your specific business. So moving on here into the next step, which is step number 3, and that is to structure. Structure your guide with clearly defined sections, formats, and priorities. Now we turn those raw assets into a structured system. This step ensures that your brand guidelines are easy to follow, professionally formatted, and tailored to how your team will use them. So create sections, for example, your logo usage, your typography, your color systems, your brand voice, your image style, examples, and downloads. Then decide on the format. How is this going to be presented? PDF, slide decks, or a web-hosted guide? And include naming conventions and version numbers to prevent outdated files from being used. And just like the other step there, I provided you with a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt for step number 3. So step number 4 is to embed, and that is write clear rules and provide visual examples for every brand element. This is where your system becomes official. Avoid vague suggestions and instead provide exact spacing, exact color codes, perfect font sizes, and tone of voice guidance. Precision prevents misinterpretation. So document logo do's and don'ts with visuals showing spacing, placement, and sizing. Define the exact hexadecimal, the RGB, and the CMYK values for each color and explain primary versus accent use. Include tone and messaging rules, for example, your voice traits, your writing style, and what to avoid, and use real brand examples to illustrate layout, contrast, copy, tone, and call to action formatting. And just like the other steps in this framework, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt to help you out with step number 4. So step number 5 is to show. Distribute the final guidelines and make them easy to access and to use. Your guide only works if people actually use it. This step ensures that your team, your freelancers, and all of your partners know where to find it, how to apply it, and when to refer to it before producing anything. So host your brand guidelines as a shared editable platform. So for example, over at Notion, Google Drive, or in some sort of a design hub. Then share the guide during onboarding, project kickoff meetings, or creative reviews, and include downloadable links to logos, templates, and approved assets directly inside of that guide. And right here in step number 5, I've given you another BrandOptimizer.ai prompt to help you out. So step number 6 here is to review. Set up a process to review, update, and reversion your guide as your brand evolves. Great brands evolved, and this step ensures that your guidelines don't become outdated or ignored. A scheduled review helps to keep your brand aligned as you grow and you shift your strategies. So schedule a review every 6 months to assess what's changed or needs improvement. Designate a brand owner who controls the updates and publishes new versions, and archive older versions with notes on changes for historical reference. And just like all the other frameworks or other steps within this framework, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.ai for step number 6. So moving on here, this is a 6-step AI prompt sequence that you can also use over at BrandOptimizer.ai to instantly create your custom strategy. So the first prompt here, this is your strategy prompt, and that is help me build a complete strategy for full brand guidelines document that aligns with our brand and our business goals. Prompt number 2 here, this is your execution prompt, and that is give me a step-by-step execution plan to implement full brand guidelines document effectively in our business. Prompt number 3 here is your audit and your optimization prompt, and that is audit our current full brand guidelines document and recommend improvements or optimizations that we should make. And then prompt number 4 here, this is your template and your tool prompt. That is provide a fill-in-the-blank template or a framework that I can use to create or approve upon our full brand guidelines document. Prompt number 5 here, this is your role-based prompt. So that is how should and you want to input your role, your title, or a position within your organization. So for example, founder, CMO, or marketing manager, approach full brand guidelines document in a growing business. And then the final prompt here, your 6th prompt here is your integration prompt. And that is how does full brand guideline documentation connect with or support other areas in our business like marketing, sales, or operations? So last up here is the Brand Growth AIOS, and this is a AI-powered operating system to optimize your business. It is a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that integrates 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. It is designed to transform your business into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Every service is delivered in a structured, sequence-based framework that starts with deep diagnostics, applies proven strategic models, and then executes with AI-enabled tools and automations. Now, I've prepared a short overview of the Brand Growth AIOS system that I'll queue up here in just a second, but I also want to make sure that you check out brandidentified.com to learn more, and then also be sure to visit and check out brandgrowthaios.com as well. The Brand Growth AIOS is a complete operating system for your business. It's a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that pulls together 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. The entire system is designed to take your business from where it is today and transform it into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Now, here's the important part. This isn't just a collection of services thrown together. Every step is structured, it's sequence-based, and it follows a very specific framework. We begin with deep diagnostics, then move into proven strategy models, and then bring it all to life with AI-enabled tools and automations. Once the Brand Growth AIOS is installed inside your business, here's what you can expect. Your company will run on a streamlined, data-driven, AI-supported infrastructure. You will deliver a consistent, high-quality client experience that drives both retention and referrals. Your offers, pricing, and positioning will be optimized for your market. You'll have predictable opportunities coming in through campaigns, funnels, and content systems that are built to work together. And you, as the founder, along with your leadership team, will finally be able to focus on strategy instead of being stuck in daily execution. So let's talk about what that means for your role versus ours. Your role requires only a minimal time investment, about 15 minutes per day for quick approvals and roughly 30 minutes a week for high-level strategic reviews. That is it. Our role is to handle everything else: the audit, the strategy, the design, the build out, the optimization, and the execution of your complete Brand Growth AIOS. That way, you can stay focused on leading your business while we install the system that allows it to scale.